Basically what I have right here, boom. This is the bingo that Oak has provided kindly. I don't know who's the creator of this bingo, so if you're somewhat see this video or something, let me know. I'm gonna give you the credits for it, but this is the bingo that is, I think, mostly considering Street Fighter V Alex, because even though Alex has been in other games like Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, Capcom Fighting Jam, of course, or Capcom Fighting Evolution, depending on where you are in the world, I don't think they're gonna consider those versions of Alex, mostly Street Fighter V and Street Fighter 3. I'm gonna put a cross if the thing is not gonna be available in Street Fighter 6, according to my, obviously, judgment, or a circle if the thing can appear, anything that is over here. Stomp cross-ups weren't really that consistent in Street Fighter V. You could do them, but it was most commonly done in Street Fighter 3. They weren't really that crazy. If you knew they were coming, you could basically wake up parry or just block them. Stomps are over here, by the way, if you're wondering. That being said, I do think this is gonna be added into Street Fighter 6. Gonna be added into Street Fighter 6 because they make sense for Street Fighter 6. They're not that crazy of a cross-up. You can DP or parry on reaction, so they're not really that crazy compared to other fighting games. It wouldn't make sense for them to not add them, considering the counter to cross-ups is so strong in this game. You don't have to guess between left or right mix-ups, you just have parry. Says at ease, loser. Of course. Stones without the corner. This is probably gonna be a really difficult one. Let me give you some context. Back in Street Fighter V, in order for you to stun the opponent, you would only hit them. But he also had high damaging stun values for things like stun headbutt, which was a charge move down up, and you would have EX. You can control the distance with depending on the punch you would use. So he had some ways of really hitting the opponent hard. Obviously the command grabs, the lariat, he had a lot of stun values. In Street Fighter 3 specifically, well, he also had that one in Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, and well, he also has that in Capcom Fighting Jam if you really want to be that guy. He had a super, a specific super that was meant to do low damage, but incredibly high stun. In fact, it was an automatic stun. Would that be in the game? And that's something I've been wondering since they announced Alex as one of the DLC characters. It would make sense for him to have a wake up super, a level 1 super, a level 2 super that stuns, and a level 3 super that might be a command grab, or maybe shuffle those around. Maybe super level 2 is the command grab, and level 3 is the one that stuns. Also considering how Elena, Sagat, and Viper are in Street Fighter 6, all those different properties and interesting stuff, I would say he will have it, but I'm not really sure what's gonna be. Is it gonna be a super, a specific move? No clue, but he will have stun. OD frame 1 AA Imbull. Oof, this is another hard one. His knee in Third Strike was alright. It wasn't necessarily a crazy anti-air, but in the last season of Street Fighter V, the knee was incredible, especially OD knee and the heavy knee. There were uses for all of them, but specifically EX was amazing. Now, being in Bull from frame 1, that's something that is interesting, because his knee is not technically a DP, it's an anti-air. In Street Fighter V, in order for you to hit someone with the knee grounded, they would have to be standing. I would say very likely it's not gonna be frame 1, but it will be like frame 4, frame 3 maybe, but frame 1 might be a little bit too crazy. Armor on OD elbow. It would make sense for them to keep the armor that he had in Street Fighter V. That was really good for Alex, and it wasn't a crazy armor unless you were really close. The OD elbow, well, the EX elbow, was slow if you were far. It's like Siberian Express in Street Fighter 6. Really close, it was crazy. You would do, I wouldn't say unreactable, but it was extremely fast. That property is not in Street Fighter 3, but in Street Fighter 3 the move hits twice, and it's also super fast. So the question is more about how fast the elbow is gonna be. If they make it incredibly fast, probably it's not gonna have armor. If it's somewhat slow, it will have. But my theory is that he won't have it because the OD elbow in Street Fighter V was used for a lot of things, fighting fireballs, fighting buttons, and I think they want the eye to be the anti-fireball weapon. I'm gonna say they're not gonna do it. However, he will have some good anti-fireball tools. It will not be elbow though. If level 3 is a command grab, it isn't jumpable. That's a very Zangief thing though. He will have a command grab super. I don't know if it's gonna be super level 1, 2, or 3. If the command grab is super level 3, I think you can still jump it, because it will be one of those super level 3s that combo, like the command grab of Manon or Lily. So I don't think he's gonna have this, although you made me question for a second. Short rip intro. Honestly, this is gonna sound pretty strange, but I don't know. Do they have a character that rips something in Street Fighter 6? I don't think so. Clothing in Street Fighter 6 is very set. I don't think they're gonna waste resources for you to see Alex just ripping his shirt. I don't see it happening. 10k HP. Oh, you mean will he have more than 10k? Yeah, I think he will have more. 10,500 probably. Or I don't think he's gonna go to 1100, but 10,500 is probably gonna be my goal. All the stomp ground bounces. What? In order for that to happen, I think they would need to nerf the startup of the stomp. If you react to a fireball with air stampede, you would get a full combo. In Street Fighter 5, it had anti-air invincibility for a lot of frames, and also the startup. But if they change it to be somewhat similar to Honda, I would say could be, but I don't think so. I think this would be maybe a little bit too crazy. Heavy knee kills neutral jumps. Ooh, this is a good one. I'm gonna say yeah, immediately. Heavy knee in Street Fighter 5 was used specifically for that purpose. It was pretty good at that, besides light knee, OD one. But the most common usage for knee was in Street Fighter 3 in the corner and juggles. In Street Fighter 5 in juggles, but also as an anti-air. I would say yeah. B skill 1 in Street Fighter 5 allowed Alex to get something called a hard hit. Every single of your buttons will get more frames, and if your button had the flag for crush counter, you would get it, normal hit. And that was one of the most interesting V skill ones. V skill 2 on the other hand would allow you to cancel specials into specials without considering the command grab. The command grab was out, but you would be able to do regular move into regular move. It was pretty crazy. He had some really nice combos, some unexpected pressure. I can see V skill 1 returning. I don't know about V skill 2. So I don't know if they are willing to keep those properties for a character. Also, something I didn't mention is that V skill 1 built V trigger. I don't know if they want Alex to do that. Imagine Alex recovering drive by just doing this. But V skill 1 and 2 for Alex in Street Fighter 5 were so unique. So I can see V skill returning. Some way to get Power Bomb Oki. It's not gonna be the best one, but he will have some kind of Oki. This is for sure. He might need to drive rush into something and it's gonna be unsafe, but he will have something going on with the Power Bomb. Big damage is either gonna do regular damage and maybe in some combos slightly more than usual, or he's gonna do just crazy high damage. Juggle route into level 3. I'm gonna say yeah. Good drive rush. Back in Street Fighter 5, he had a decent forward dash and a decent back dash. It wasn't crazy, but it was pretty fast for the kind of character he is. In Street Fighter 3, he also had a really good forward dash. Is that a good thing for Street Fighter 6? A good drive rush for Alex might be too strong, because he has an overhead. He might have a regular drive rush, but not a really good one. So I'm gonna say no for this one. Chargeable safe standing heavy punch overhead. Oh, now you're going into the fanfic territory. In Street Fighter 5, his standing heavy punch was just a standing heavy punch. In Street Fighter 3, it was an overhead. It's gonna have an overhead for sure, but maybe not standing heavy punch, and I don't think you're gonna be able to charge it. Reversal level 1. The thing I don't know is that if they keep the level 1 as a reversal, and the level 2 as just the stunned headbutt, would that mean that only level 3 has invincibility to fireballs? Or maybe stunned headbutt is the level 1, it has no invincibility whatsoever, and super level 2 is boomerang raid, and super level 3 the command grab? I don't know, but I think he will have a reversal level 1. Lariat devours drive. Guys, is this even a question? For sure. Hell yeah! You're gonna be hitting forward heavy punch 24/7. Every day, every time. DDT and it's good. Well, DDT in 5 was pretty decent. In Street Fighter 3 was awful. Do you think he's gonna have a move that allows him to jump forwards and grab someone? DDT only connected on standing opponents. So it would be a hard read for you to go for DDT in Street Fighter 6, where everyone is mostly crouching. I'm gonna go on a limb here. I'm not really sure about this one, but I'm gonna say yeah because I want to see DDT. Power Bomb has 3 active frames. Yeah, why not? Jump heavy kick is still amazing. Yes, I can see it happening. Alex jumping from one side of the screen to the other, just hitting someone with a clean standing heavy kick into lariat. Schmoven! Yeah, of course. My mind went straight to standing medium punch because standing medium punch in Street Fighter 5 was 6 frames. Let me think about that for a second. It was pretty good, plus on block. I think he was gonna have a 7 framer, but it's gonna be plus 1 on block. How about that? I don't see them adding a 6 framer to Alex. What kind of target combo could he have? I'm gonna say yes. Yeah, I want to see more target combos. I want to see Alex hitting standing medium punch into standing heavy punch or whatever. And the final one, punish counter standing heavy punch into a heavy chop, for sure. But this is how I feel. I want the teaser, goddammit. I want more Alex in my life. Are you guys excited for Alex?